Lee, we need to hear your voice if you're here.
Because we definitely don't hear it.
Did you guys leave anybody alive from that last battle?
Yeah.
I know you. I
Yes.
know you tried, and then Alorin went Super Saiyan, and then people exploded, and then I wasn't sure if anyone was actually left alive. I couldn't remember.
I honestly don't remember.
I thought we.
I
I just remember the attempt.
I think Jake tried.
I know I tried and I kept accidentally killing them instead.
Yeah, I remember.
Why aren't you not dying?
I'm trying to let you live and you just die instead.
You just keep punching him.
What up,
My
Lee?
spells would just do too
Alright,
much
finally,
damage to
you
him.
guys can see and hear me.
There's Lee.
Yep.
There we
There you
are. What up, Gorm?
I had the new computer, so I gotta change
Ooh,
it.
nice.
again.
Ooh. What prestige class or prestige path? I don't remember what it's called. Did you choose, Lee?
The one I linked, though, what was it?
Wild magic?
Wild magic.
Dang. Okay.
That brings back memories.
We've
Same.
infected him.
Effective.
I had a wonderful wild magic sorcerer.
Yeah.
Only played
Oh,
one session
so-
with him.
The barbarian one is just one of the. It's a D8, and you get something every time, but they're all beneficial. It's just
when
which
you
one do
get
you
it when you rage.
Yep, when you rage.
Yep.
What is that
Okay.
from?
Well, I'm
It's
excited
from
to
Tasha's
assuming
called
Tasha's.
everything. Yep.
and everything from Tasha's now.
Wait, is everyone beneficial? Isn't there?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read it.
I'm
I'm
not
just
a-
gonna let
yeah.
I'm gonna let Lee do his thing. And
I had-
find out what happens.
I had run ones where my hair wouldn't stop growing.
Well, yeah, sorcerer versus barbarian wild growth is. Oh, they call it wild surge. It's different. It
Okay.
says the magic energy roiling inside of you sometimes erupts from you. When you rage, roll on the wild magic table to determine the magical effect produced.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
The other one,
Beneficial,
Each creature of your
beneficial,
choice. Yeah.
beneficial.
Whenever a
Yeah,
creature
they're all
hits you-
beneficial.
There's another one where like I completely blinded the party accidentally.
Your sorcerer one?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
nuts.
That's
it was fun though.
hilarious.
Jasper.
Okay, lightning recap because it's been a few weeks. You guys ready?
Really quick, I have to say one thing. Not
Okay.
everyone is beneficial.
Oh,
Number 3 of the D8. At the end of the current turn, the spirit explodes each creature, there is no choice, within 5 feet of it. Just so you're aware. Every other one, it looks like it's creature of your choice. And again, intangible spirit, which blah blah blah, appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice. But when it explodes, each creature.
oh Lee's
And
PC blue
gosh,
screened.
dang it, yeah, I just saw.
It's totally beneficial.
It mostly.
Yeah, I like
beneficial.
that though.
I was gonna say, if all of them were like that beneficial, that's not wild magic, man.
No, honestly,
Everyone, but I think that's the only one with really a downside.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I did read.
Potential
I just
downside.
read number 2 on a barbarian. Yoicks.
Yeah.
Seven is
Fucking
the other
yikes.
potentially downside one.
Which,
Ground within. Oh yeah, difficult. Difficult terrain for your enemies though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, but it's the only one, the other one that affects your allies potentially. Ooh, in a bad way. But yeah, number 2, ridiculous.
I mean, yeah. Holy shit.
It's when your barbarian says boo, but not for a hamster.
correct. Go for the eyes, boo.
He was not
Screened.
partially
Yeah, we saw.
barbarian in Baldur's Gate 3. Also,
Really?
his strength was like 12 or 13. I don't know what that's all about.
Did he
Needed to
drink
be
a
needed to
shrinking
be
potion?
18 monkey nuts. But they were just adapting him to 5e sad day. You
Hey,
back,
Shav-
Lee?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're
Yep.
good.
Okay.
Yep.
Shav, you check the weather. Have you checked the radar? Are we good?
Oh yeah, no tornadoes.
Okay.
Not tonight.
Unfortunately, none of them hit my clinic either.
Oh yeah,
sadly.
is that by you, Joe, at all? Or I don't actually know where you are compared to where Shaw is.
Isn't Storm Lake like way west?
Spirit Lake.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's basically straight north of Storm Lake.
Oh wait, seriously?
Yeah. I'm about 10 minutes from Minnesota right now.
Oh really?
15, but yeah.
I'm
Oh.
I'm like 10.
Oh yeah,
from
you are
Wisconsin.
straight north from Spirit Lake or Storm Lake. Oh sweet, okay. Well, boys, you ready for the quick recap?
Unless Lee blue screens again.
I hope not. It's the first time I plugged in the webcam in here, so I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Webcam's fault.
Recap.
Okay, you guys came to Vogler to send off your good friend Ispin Greenshield. You attended his funeral. You met a bunch of his friends, including Becklin Uth, Viharin, Mayor Raven, Cudgel, the dwarf, who was bringing in mercenaries to train so that they could participate at the Battle of High Hill, Asshole Bakars the Younger, Darrett, your #1 super fan. Yeah. Frostwind, who is really good at selling knickknacks. You guys attended Ispin Greenshield's funeral. It went well.
R.I.P.
Rip. Then you went to the Kingfisher Festival, had a good old time. Participated in some events, which went better for some people than others. Did a little race, and then you capped it off with the fishing contest. And who ended up winning that and catching Benabog the Beast? Benabog.
Wasn't that Gorm?
Same guy who just won the festival in general.
Yeah, the ultimate festival winner, Gorm.
I live here now.
You know that local legend background that you can pick? Gorm became that in one day.
Just change it.
Just comes in,
yep.
comes in, just absolutely wrecks at every event at a tournament and walks off into the sunset.
Does he get a bonus
you guys-
background now?
And Rise has a permanent horseshoe in his chest.
It's an accent to one of the tattoos.
You guys followed Mayor Raven and her husband out to the fields, to the High Hill, which is like 30 minutes outside of town, where you guys were going to reenact the big battle between the Knights of Solamnia and who was the battle between? Whoops. One sec. I can't find my map. Well,
It's okay.
the forces of evil. The Knights of Solamnia and the forces of evil. Dragonlance, or Cudgel, Iron Smile, and her mercenaries that she brought with, Dragonlance the half-orc, and some other big mercenaries came in to play the evil villains, as well as Korg, and was Gorm, were you on the bad guy side too? The bad guy side?
Yes, I was.
So, as you guys were rallying up to do the final battle, the fake final battle, a lot of you noticed that the other side, Gorm's side, Korg's side, their weapons were not peace-bound. And all of a sudden, as everything erupted, a battle ensued, and Dragonlance and Cudgel's lackeys turned on this town of Vogler and started slaying innocent civilians. Thankfully, you guys were able to put everyone down and rally around each other so that you could stop them from killing any more innocent people. You took down Dragonlance. Alorin, like I said, went Super Saiyan at the end, shooting off spells every which way. Darrett, again, just making note of it, was very apt with his weapons. He is obviously very well trained, and for someone who seems kind of naive and puts you guys on a pedestal, he can absolutely fight.
He's not a slouch.
Yeah. So
And
as you guys,
I want a clarification. This Cudgel was actually fighting against the town too.
no,
Okay.
you guys did not see Cudgel. You just saw Dragonus. Dragonus was being paid by Cudgel. They were brought in. Cudgel brought them in to act as like the opposing force for the Battle of High Hill. You have not seen Cudgel since you started the battle.
Because I was gonna say, wasn't Cudgel like close to Ibsen?
Very close. Her and Becklin were the two that put like the final flowers onto Ispin's boat
Yep.
as they pushed it out into the river. Her, Cudgel, Ispin, and Becklin traveled together for a really long time as like a travel companions.
Mm-hmm.
Companions.
And they were roommates.
Oh yeah. So, as you guys look around, you can see, since everyone was caught unawares, there is a lot of death surrounding you. You see, obviously, the mercenaries that Cudgel brought in, lying in between Vogler's militia, innocent townsfolk. You can see Mayor Raven kind of off in the distance, getting up off the ground. She's got a few cuts. Her shirt, pants are all ripped up. She's kind of looking around like, what the fuck just happened? You can see kind of all of the people who are not seriously wounded getting up and trying to help those who are seriously wounded. They're looking around, looking for people to come around and help heal, help bind up wounds. Everyone's just in a state of shock and just trying to figure out what the hell is going on with all this chaos. What are you guys going to do?
Say just try and, help where I can.
I'd be looking around for any enemies that are still alive. Heavy
So there
priority on that.
There was, I believe, one or two guys left. You guys have to remind me, but I think they were trying to run off in this direction. Is that correct?
Yes.
Was
Did
it that? Okay.
Did they survive, or did you guys get them? Do you
I,
remember?
I think there were
Did-
the two that were around the kid that did get away. Or ran off. They broke from the group.
Rise gatted one of them. I remember.
Yeah, I thought he killed
Yeah.
one with a magic missile.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got one, but the other one I think was not.
Was running. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So
The horses are still alive.
the horses are still alive. They looked absolutely spooked because they took some damage. What do you guys want to do to try and help out villagers? I just want to make some medicine checks. How do you want to try to help people?
Yep.
Give me some medicine checks if you want to try to bring some villagers back from the brink of death.
Okay. Wait, do I have to be trained for this?
You can assist.
I'll assist somebody.
I will assist someone as well.
Okay, we got anyone who wants to roll.
I
One-
will roll. My bonus
Rise
is
and
not
Alorin,
18.
if you want to help, you both get advantage from the assist. There is no end to people that you can help with. Ooh.
Oh, not bad.
Where do I need to put my hands, Rise?
I'm glad I got
On his cheeks.
cup his balls.
Gorm and Alorin, as soon as you guys obviously kind of run off into two separate directions. Rise, you find your person, you bandage them up. Alorin, you get to a person who is on the brink of death, and as you reach your hand down, your hand touches his chest, and you just feel his last breath leave his body.
Oh, now you know Lauren just has tears pouring down his face.
Yeah.
I'll put my hand on your back and say, "It's not your fault. It's those damn." What was the name of the mercenaries? Did they give us a name?
The
didn't
mercenaries
know.
were the Iron Smile mercenaries because Cudgel brought them in. Her
Iron
last name is
Smile.
Iron Smile mercenaries because Cudgel,
Okay.
her last name is Iron Smile. So they were just using her
Ooh.
name.
Ah, okay.
As you guys do your first rounds of medicine check, you take about 2 minutes to do that. Mayor Raven comes running up to you, Alorin, and you have magic, right?
Yeah,
Can you use it to save people?
I can try.
She grabs you by your collar and starts dragging you to starts dragging you to a huge group of collected wounded townsfolk. Um, if you have any powers of the god, I need you to use them to save these villagers. And you just see a collected group of like 10 villagers, all seriously wounded, looking up at you, just wanting to be saved.
Uh, 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 it just he ends up just sitting down right in the middle of all the people, um, and like gets really quiet for a second, and like looks like he's passing out, and then just says a word, and the 6 most injured people heal. Uh, 13.
Oh my
Ooh.
god! Holy shit! Okay. Mayor Raven's like, as many of those as you have, as many of those as you have. I'm gonna go grab your other friend that knows magic. Rise. Mayor Raven comes up to you.
And then Alorin falls over.
I'll pick him. I'll pick up Alorin and put him on my shoulder and walk him around.
Lighter
Where,
than
where
you
do we gotta
expect.
go? Where do we gotta go?
The six people that you just healed, Alorin, get their first dose of any magic they've ever experienced in their life, and they look at you with just absolute reverence. They have never seen anyone openly use the power of a god, and they are just absolutely awed and are just like, oh my god. Gorm, you feel their hands like reaching up towards Alorin, and they're all saying like, oh my, a miracle, a miracle. Mayor Raven comes up to you, Rise, and you caution. She's like, I know you two can use magic. I just saw it. Come with me. And she grabs both your
Okay.
collars and drags your asses over there. You gonna follow her?
Yeah.
She's like,
I will lag behind, but yes.
look at the miracles your friend just performed. Please, can you please save these other villagers? There's only four others left that need saving. Just 4. Lauren already saved 6.
Okay.
I cannot. Son of... That's good.
That's
Please tell me
exactly what the Lisan Al Gaib would say.
please tell me you watched the video I posted.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Lisa Al Gaib.
I cannot actively heal, but what I can do is stave off death temporarily.
Anything you can do. These 4 are past what we can do with our medicinal herbs and our kits.
All right. With my finger guns, I start touching people's forehead and spare the dying. It's the best I can do.
Yeah. You see like lost limbs kind of patch up a little bit. They stop bleeding profusely, but you can see that if they don't get actual aid, they will still die.
I can do lesser restoration.
Gonna try it?
I here I'll look for any one of that might be, blind, even if they happen to go into this blind, deaf, or essentially any one of the normal conditions.
Yeah, there's a guy that got a sword slash just straight across his eyes.
Okay.
Just pupils cut.
Then I will lesser restoration that.
I like the Lestoration. That is its new spell name.
I think so.
Yeah,
Or-
that guy bleeding profusely from his eyes, but you know, you touch him, his eyes form back up, and he's, oh my god, I could see. And Kosh spared the dying. Alorin saved everybody, the 6 people. You see Mayor Raven look at the 4 of you, and she's like, okay, obviously this wasn't a one-time thing. I feel like we need to return to Vogler, and we need to organize a proper response to what the hell is going on.
What the hell did just go on?
That's why we need to talk about it. And as she says that, Becklin, you know, the 7-foot-tall Knight of Solamnia that invited you guys out here, comes trudging through, and she's dragging one of the mercenaries behind her. And you can see that mercenary's alive but knocked unconscious.
Good.
Well, I'm glad you guys survived.
You as well.
What's the
Where's
play?
Cudgel?
She was right behind me. Her mercenaries turned on her and started attacking her and me. Thankfully, we, you know, are a little bit better trained than they were. I had her start bringing groups back to Vogler. What happened over here?
Groups of townsfolk?
Yeah. Because remember, you guys came out here with a parade of townsfolk.
Yep.
Like hundreds of people. Everybody celebrating the Kingfisher Festival.
We were getting ready to reenact the battle, and then the battle was more than a reenactment.
This is obviously planned. I don't know what they're gonna get from attacking a bunch of weaponless townsfolk, though. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Will you guys help get everybody back to Vogler? I feel like we need to reconvene and figure out what we're gonna do.
As best we can. Are you going to question that one?
That was my hope, yeah. And as a Knight of Solamnia, I wouldn't say that torture is in my wheelhouse, but I'm glad you guys survived. AKA, I'm not going to do it, but if you guys want to, I'm not going to stop it.
Maybe tomorrow?
Let's...
Just give me 24 hours to, like, shift my allegiances?
I don't need to shift. Let's get the townsfolk under control. Make sure that one is bound, and we can try and get more information from him once things have calmed down here.
Do any of you guys have any rope?
99% sure I do.
If I haven't lost it yet, yes.
Have you lost it?
There's a 50-50 chance.
Please tell me you're saying this while still being like fireman carried on Gorm's shoulder.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I do not.
Let me roll.
I got some rope.
A 1 is
I
I
have
lost
rope as
it.
well.
A 2 is I still have it.
Okay.
I still have
hey.
it.
So she'll look at you, Gorm and Alorin, and she will, not lightly, slam this mercenary down in front of you guys. Could you bind him
Alright.
up for me?
We do.
What roll?
Here you go, Gorm. And you the rope.
You want to roll some
No,
sort of skill for this?
it's a basic knot with a rope on an unconscious dude. You don't.
Oh, he's
You-
unconscious.
Yeah.
Alright.
You can tie him up pretty well.
All right.
That went right
So
to
Raven and Becklin start walking with a group of surviving villagers, and they're escorting them home just in case there's any further threats. But realistically, the trip back to Vogler is completely uneventful. As you guys pass through that northern gate, because you guys went up this direction to High Hill, Um, Raven and Becklin are going to look at the four of you and say, we're going to escort some of these townsfolk home and try to waylay their fears. If you guys will go back to the Brass Crab, we'll meet you there in probably a few hours so we can talk about just talk about everything.
Sounds
You're
good.
obviously a little bit more capable than the rest of the townsfolk, and we just lost most of our militia. We have a lot of planning to do. And at that, they will start guiding a lot of the villagers back home. What are you guys going to do?
Actually, was there anything else on the sort of like battlefield that might signal, where they came from, or like any sort of like insignias or anything like that?
Just a reminder, at the end of the battle, as you guys beat the last couple people, you saw a gigantic red lizard with wings,
Yep.
really far away to the west, flying in the sky. Looks like he was circling something. You weren't sure what, but I mean, it's not something that you've ever seen in your lifetime. If you guys roll a history check.
There is one thing I would do before we break.
Okay.
I would go spare the dying the four that I touched before.
Okay.
And then I would make sure people understand they need to, at a minimum, get a sip, if not a full, healing potion.
So your spare the dying will keep them essentially unconscious.
Right.
It will keep them that way for what is the length of the spell? Do you know, Chief?
Double checking. It does not say.
Okay.
Casting
So you
time,
can-
1 action, touch, duration, instantaneous.
Oh, it says they come stable.
Yeah, creature becomes stable. Spell has
Okay.
no effect
So
on undead or
essentially,
constructs.
they're not going to die. They're not back up and conscious, but you can carry them back to town. If they get put in bed, they get a couple days rest. They will not die.
Okay. Cool.
With your history check, as Rise is looking around trying to determine, what if there's anything on these mercenaries that
I
can
know
give you a
nothing.
hint. On Dragonlance, you guys find a big ass pouch full of gold. Let's roll this. 1 second. Rude. 220 gold in
Jeebus.
a pouch that Dragonus, that big half orc, had. Outside of that, Kosh, you have been hearing reports, and this is stuff that you heard before you started your journey to Vogler.
Mm-hmm.
You have heard that eastern cities have been attacked by an unknown army. So as you guys were heading up to let me zoom in a little bit. As you guys were heading up
The dragon was the
Vogler,
west.
which is over here. Yep, up top, the west. The dragon was flying to the west towards that hinterland. If you guys have zoomed in on the map, did I move you to the map? I did. Okay.
We're at the wide view.
So Vogler is here.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys look west towards the hinterland, that's where you saw that dragon flying over. The towns, Kosh, that you've heard have been being attacked are over like Tyr, Quess, Ohm, these bigger towns in Nordmar
Yeah.
and Kern, Strath, Gluth, yep, over there. You've heard rumblings of a large army marching on towns in the west, an army that no one has ever seen before, using tactics no one's ever seen before, with creatures no one's ever seen before.
All right, so just to confirm, 2 circles are where we've seen, or
Where
where
you've
I've heard
heard-
of the previous attacks.
Correct.
that are very well organized.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw angry lizard thing that has wings flying towards question mark.
Massive, red, angry lizard with wings, yes. Doing circles in that direction, not necessarily in that's the spot.
Right. Do I know if, like, this was hit first and this was hit second? Or is
Just that there has been reports of shit happening in the east.
Okay.
So are you guys going to the brass crab?
Yep.
Anything else you would want to do on the battlefield before you help the villagers back?
I assume none of the other mercenaries had anything of note. Like orders
No,
or anything?
just a big battle axe, non-magical.
Mhm.
If you guys want to try and calm the war horses down to bring them back, you can do that. I'll let you each take a shot with a handle animal.
give
Even
it a
if
go.
I'm not
Hey,
trained?
Rise, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Nope, not the best.
Nope.
At least it wasn't a 1.
Yeah, Ratsman got his ass kicked.
Hey, I'm going to use my amulet right now, if you don't mind. Unless a 10 does it.
It does not, but it's close enough within 1d4. 12 is the DC.
Alright, I somehow, though it's kind of sketchy, calm one of the horses down. I think it's the one that... I might have actually outright attacked one, so...
Oh, I don't have the extension, I just realized. I'm like, how come my rolls aren't going through?
Oh.
Oh, it's
New
is it
computer.
D&D Beyond? Or is it D&D...
Beyond 20.
Beyond 20, yeah.
Beyond 20.
We got the other horse.
Ooh! Oh yeah. Alorin's just general demeanor, calmness, maybe slight naivete. He goes up to the horse.
Hi, Mr.
You
Horse!
lock eyes. Hey, horse.
I'm gonna call you Ed.
You want to come with me, horse? Say hi to your mother for me.
Just starts following you, Lauren. You can sense, Kosh, that you weren't calming the horse down, but then you did feel like a slight tinge of magical essence come from your amulet, kind of drain out of you and into the horse. It calmed down, started following you.
Awesome.
So you guys get back to town. Like I said, Becklin and Raven tell you that they will meet you at the Brass Crab. So
Hey,
as you guys,
Gorm, make sure that both of our horses stay in line.
hell yeah. You can park them out in the stables, and as you go inside, you see Yalm, who is the Brass Crab's owner, has done 2 things since you guys left. One, she put Benabog in a big fish tank on the outside wall
Priorities.
of the Brass Crab. Remember, they keep Benabog for a whole year and then fry him up on the next Kingfisher Festival. They fatten him up all year. And then she also had to put a cloth to cover one of her eyes, and you can see that she's still covered with blood, but she is hastily getting food and drink ready for you guys, and then Becklin and Mayor Raven for when you guys meet here. Is there anything you guys are going to do over the next couple hours while you wait for Raven and Becklin to come to the Brass Crab?
I mean, I would tell Yalm not to fuss too much over us, but we appreciate.
Is there
the
anyone else here?
hospitality.
Just
there
Yalm. Nope.
Have a
Just
drink?
oh, sorry. Yeah, they will come. Becklin, Raven, and Kudja will come eventually. I just haven't.
Oh, no other townsfolk, though. That's what I'm getting at.
Right. Yep.
Nothing. All right. I would ask what I could do to help.
Yalm will look at the lot of you and say, "You've already saved enough people. You're gonna come up with our defenses. This is the little thing that I can do to help you guys."
Well, if someone wants a horse, I have one outside if it would be of use for them.
Token ownership, by the way. I think we need to delete and drag.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Just drag your own on there, and then sit down where you guys would sit down.
I was about to, and that's kind of why I found it. Hello? There we go.
There we go.
Where would I sit?
What is this middle thing? I can't. Is this like
That's
this
the
little
bar.
Yeah,
Okay.
that looks like a bar.
That's the bar. So
All
there's
right.
tables all around it.
But there's no seating at the bar, right? It's
Nope,
almost like an
that's-
open kitchen.
Correct.
Got
Yep,
it.
and serving area, yeah.
I would
So Yalm is
sit-
running around on the inside, getting everything prepared. If you guys offer help, she'll take it. She's not really good at directing you guys around, though.
I'd help.
I
It's
would
not too hard to make
sit.
our own food.
You can see that as she's preparing the food, her hands are shaking the entire time, and she is holding back tears. She's frightened, and she's just trying to help you guys while also battling her own like inner demons for what just happened.
I'm gonna give her a hug.
When you do that, she just starts breaking down in your arms, Alorin. She's obviously very scared.
We'll get through this. It'll be okay.
I really don't know how that's possible.
I don't either, but my mom says that all the time.
She laughs a little bit. She's like, okay. Why don't you go have a drink?
Okay.
My mom says it all the time. Jesus. Anything else you guys are doing while you wait for Becklin and Raven?
I would cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And you're going to have to let me know if I can do this continuously because the duration is only 1 minute. But I would do it in such a way that it's almost like soothing music, a soothing flute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not? Just some background music.
Yeah, just to try and
Really
calm,
light.
Yeah, calm Yalm down. It's not the greatest, but it's, folk-ish. The one thing is somatic. I might just be doing, I'm sitting at the table trying to look unassuming, but I might be doing something like
Yeah.
this.
Perfect. You guys hear a nice calming flute that, as you're helping Yalm get everything ready, have a little food, have a little drink, relax if you can. Hell yeah, medieval lo-fi beats, fuck yeah, Bob. Becklin, Raven, and Cudgel come storming into the Brass Crab. Cudgel and Becklin are right in front, and Cudgel is yelling at Becklin saying, "No, we do it tonight. There's no time to wait. We do it tonight." And Becklin, obviously, they literally just come in. They don't even break stride as they're conversing. And Becklin's like, "Hold up. We need to talk about this." And Cudgel's like, "No, this is my fault this happened. I brought the mercenaries in. We find answers from him tonight. We don't even give them a chance." Raven comes up to you guys as those two are fighting and says, can you help? I can't stop them from fighting.
I would walk over. I totally missed. Who's the one actually saying we have to do it tonight? It was Cudgel?
Cudgel, the dwarf. Cudgel Iron Smile,
Yeah,
who brought
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Iron Smile mercenaries, yeah.
Cudgel, I understand that you're upset, but it would be best if we wait until tomorrow to interrogate them.
Why? This is my fault. I brought these people in, and they killed my family. They killed your family. They killed lots of families. Why do we wait? What does
Keep 'em
waiting
awake.
gain us?
We wait because if we want to actually get information out of them, and if we want to make sure that they suffer, we do it tomorrow.
How do we know that's going to gain us anything that we couldn't gain tonight?
The key thing I said was suffer.
And Becklin looks at the lot of you and mouths a thank you. And she says, Cudgel, why don't just sit down, take some deep breaths, and let us talk for a second. And you can see that Cudgel is really, really not having that.
Why do you think this is your fault?
I brought the mercenaries in. This is my fault.
You didn't know what they were going to do.
True, but if we just use normal townsfolk, like we always do, for the enemies, we wouldn't have even had to. This wouldn't have even happened.
So,
I wanted to create the biggest spectacle possible, and then it just ends up getting my friends and my family killed.
did someone else suggest this and kind of like push you towards that decision?
What do you mean?
Did
Where-
someone sort of, encourage the idea or hype the idea? Or dropped a hint that, it might be better to have a, large spectacle.
Precisely. If this
I
is
did-
how it's always been, what changed?
I did hear it that it would have been a good year to bring in people to really bolster the celebration because we've been hearing bad news. Bad news from around the realm that wars are breaking out, towns are being desecrated. It was I wanted to give the town the best, something that they could remember if just in case something bad happens.
Do you remember who you heard it from? Was it someone from the town?
No. I don't know. I think it was during my travels at some point.
Did
On my
you-
way here, after I heard that Ispin died.
Did you feel sort of compelled or like doing this was kind of the only option? Or like you really, really had to do this?
Yeah. I mean, I normally travel with Jayev. I mean, we've been traveling for a while. I don't even know where he is. I don't know if he's betrayed me or not. I assume he hasn't. We've been friends forever, but I don't know. He was saying it was a bad idea to bring him, but yeah, I guess I was compelled as soon as I heard the idea. It sounded better than any idea I've ever heard.
If Jayev was against the idea, then it's safe to say he was not someone that betrayed you. You can rest assured about that.
Have you seen him? Is he alive?
I don't know what he looks like.
Also, there was a lot of chaos, and we only brought what villagers we could back. So,
But yeah, the reason like Kosh and I are going on this line of thought is you might have been essentially
magicked.
magicked or manipulated somehow into bringing in or pushing for the idea to bring that those mercenaries in.
And Becklin will chime in and say, "See, Cudgel, these three, gesturing at the lot of you except for Gorm, would know better than anyone here what magic can achieve, and you can't feel bad if that was the case." And Cudgel will look between you guys and just kind of sit down at the bar, or sit down at this table, and just put her head in her hands. Mayor Raven will look at the lot of you with Becklin, and she'll say, "Okay. I don't even know. I've talked to some trusted villagers. You can see that she's like internally struggling, but she's composing herself like the leader of the town would.
Yeah.
I got together some trusted villagers to tend to the wounded, and I sent out a bunch of other unharmed or only lightly harmed men to recover the bodies of the people that were murdered on High Hill. Clearly Cudgel was contained, but why would these mercenaries why would they turn on us? Why would they attack on? I mean, what does Vogler have to do with anything?
We're not from here. We can't really say much. What I can say is there have been odd reports from the east of well-organized attacks on different towns. This could be following that, and we were just lucky that some of us were good with sword and good with magic. What we do know for sure is we'll try and get answers tomorrow. Till then, all we can really do is focus on the townsfolk.
I wonder
Yeah,
if this
and you-
had any.
What'd you say, Lauren?
I wonder if this had anything to do with those strange creatures that turned to stone.
Becklin, well, I didn't see who you fought. Did you fight any of them?
Not
Did you-
at the.
I thought
Not today.
we showed her the head first.
Yeah, like
We
she's
sh-
seen the
she's-
head, but like
she's the first person I showed the head to.
Yeah.
No, Raven hasn't seen the head. Sorry.
Oh, we're talking. Oh, that was Raven talking. Sorry.
I might have said Becklin. I apologize.
You're fine.
W- Did you fight it? Raven's saying this. Did you fight any of them? Were any of them on the high hill battle?
not on
No.
that battle.
However, I don't know if I saw the dragon fly away. So,
I think we all technically did.
Yeah, you
Okay.
talked to each other about it.
all right, okay. And then I would say that there's some flying beast flew away.
A flying beast.
Red flying beast.
And
Flew
it
to
was
the west.
It looked like a giant lizard, almost like a different version of the ones we fought on the ground.
Becklin looks at you guys and she almost gasps. A large flying lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Red.
Red.
Could we see if it had a rider or not? Or was it too far away?
I don't know. I'll roll a d100.
Alright.
I'll give you a 10% chance.
Nope.
Nope. Couldn't tell. Not sure either way.
Then I'm not mentioning anything then. Just big old red lizard.
Big old. Becklin's obviously like taken aback by that, and she's like, that can't be.
What do you mean?
Well, Ispin. If I have to start a story with Ispin, I don't even know if I can believe it, right? But he used to talk about these things, these massive creatures. They could breathe fire, they could breathe lightning, they could breathe poison, and they used to like dominate the realms of the world. These massive flying lizards, and they would anything that got in their way they could kill. Anything that got in their way they could take on. They were just an unstoppable force. I just, marked it up to one of his tall tales as usual.
Can I roll a history to see if I recognize what she's talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Who has Ispin book? I think I have it, but I can't remember if someone else took it.
Yeah, Ispin's
Diary.
his life of tall tales in like
Is that
72
something
volumes.
I can piece through to see if there's any word of.
I'll let you piece through it like through the night if you want to.
Yeah,
There's a
okay.
lot of. You could absolutely do that though.
I'll be
Also, I
looking
must
strictly
have-
for the dragons.
I must have skipped that chapter.
Can you
You
read?
absolutely. That does not sound familiar, but that's. I mean, even when you saw this thing from a distance, it's not something that you'd instantly connect like, oh, this is what this has got to be. This is something very unique, something that you wouldn't understand. That shouldn't be possible.
Also, Joe, you do remember that I took the I can literally read every form of writing, right?
Oh no, I was talking to Gorm.
I
Can
know.
Gorm read?
Oh,
Orm does it all.
Gorm's the full package.
Apart from armor, Gorm don't do armor.
Yeah, no armor. Because his skin is rock hard.
X if you're wearing armor.
As you guys are talking about that and trying to piece together the dragon, Cudgel is going to slam her fist down on the table. I need to go to my camp. I need to go see if any of my mercenaries are still on our side. And she gets up and she starts aggressively walking towards the door.
I'll try to
Uh,
stop her.
I
I'll
will.
try to stop her, and I'll say something. I'll say,
How far is the? Really quick. How far is the camp? Is it like 5-minute walk outside of town, or is it like a fucking ways?
They were saying close-ish, halfway between like where High Hill was and the town, but they were staying outside of town.
so that it was like half an hour then, so like 15 minutes.
Yeah, like 15 minutes out of town.
Okay.
I need to know if anyone else betrayed me. And I don't want to drag you guys there because if something happens to me, that's my own fault. But I'm not dragging anybody else down.
You're not dragging anyone, but I'm gonna come with.
And I would say to her,
You should at least take one other person. If they do betray you, it'd be good to be able to get the word back as soon as possible.
Becklin's going to chime in too. Which way did you say that flying lizard was?
Northwest.
Would you be willing to take Cudgel to her camp discreetly? And then I hate to ask you to do this, but then potentially scout out what's going on west of town. Come back and just tell me and Raven what you found.
Out of character, Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think this is one of those things that will take like a couple hours and we'll be back before it even really gets dark?
Yeah, purely scouting.
Cool. Yes, happy to
you
help.
don't have to. You also do not have to do it tonight. Becklin there's information to be gained here. The attack so far does not make sense.
We're not interrogating the prisoner until tomorrow.
Right.
And right now
I'll
we're
stay
just
back
licking
with
our
Raven
wounds.
to make sure that the prisoner doesn't leave. And then
The town's...
Cudgel will chime in and say his name's Svilt.
If you can, try and keep him awake all night.
Becklin will say keep him awake all night?
Keep
Won't
him...
that give him more?
No,
Won't that give him a chances to leave or to try to escape? I mean,
not if he's tied up and you're watching him. Just keep him awake until we get back.
Okay.
I'll say two things to Cudgel. I'll say, fire in the heart can send smoke to the head. Honor the dead by living. Stay safe.
She'll look at you, Gorm, dwarf to dwarf, and say, you know, a dwarf can get pretty stubborn, but I appreciate the wisdom of a fellow dwarf.
Fellow knight as well.
Aye.
Aye.
So are you guys going to go with her to look at both the Iron Smile camp and see if you can see anything to the west?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Cudgel will start leading, and she'll say, let's hit my camp first and see who's still alive.
Okie dokie.
What I will say, Cudgel, is if it does not look good from afar, we should not approach.
I agree. If it doesn't look good, that means my entire mercenary gang has turned.
And I want to make sure if the worst has happened, you are okay turning and coming back to town, because that is the priority.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree to that. How are you? So she will lead you to camp. Is there any special precautions you guys want to take?
Any healing potions? No, but I don't think there's too much we can really prep for or anything like that at this point.
Okay. I meant like like stealth. How are you guys? Approach?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Probably try and stealth at least once we get close.
Okay. Cudgel will lead you out of town. You guys will be going along the same road that you went to High Hill. about 5 minutes out of town, she'll turn and start walking into the woods. How close did you want to be before you start stealthing?
Honestly,
Whole way. They're
probably.
going to be on edge. They're going to have scouts if they are still here.
Um,
I would
yeah,
start
probably.
stealthing once we leave the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to stealth on the road. They're going to be able to
Yeah.
see us from a mile. But the minute that we
Yeah.
veer off, then it's like try not to break too many.
Why would they
branches.
stay here anyways if they're turned?
Right. Can you guys give me? Can you guys each give me a stealth check, please?
It is
Oh,
my
this is gonna go well.
best skill. Wait, wrong
Hey.
campaign.
Okay. You guys can tell you're doing okay. You occasionally do snap a few branches and kick a few rocks down a hill, create a little ambient noise as you're traveling. And at one point, as you get really close to the camp, and Cudgel says, we're getting close. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, or 4. How do I roll a d4?
1d4.
Gorm. Somebody drops down behind you. You're in the back. Somebody drops down behind you and puts a knife to your throat and says, you guys are being pretty loud. Rise, Kosh, Alorin, you turn around, and Cudgel. You turn around and you see this guy looking at the 5 of you. And then he puts his knife away and says, Cudgel, it's me and a few others. That's all we got left. What are you guys doing out here?
Looking for you.
Okay. Well, you found me. Well, in a sense. I wouldn't get any closer.
Is the rest of the camp turned?
Me and a few others. You look up in the trees, you can see a few other of the Iron Smile mercenaries, the ones that didn't turn traitor. We're waiting to drop down on you guys. This is all we got left. It's Jayev and 4 others. Cudgel's fuming. So you're saying out of 30 mercenaries, there's 6 of us left.
My bad.
Who the hell did we hire, Jayev? Who the hell did we hire? He'll just look at Cudgel and say, with his eyes, I told you so. So what's the plan, guys?
Is there a way where we can still scout to the northwest and be far enough away from that camp? Like go back to the road? Go ahead, Ross.
Before that, like, do you know any idea like what the rest of their plan is? Were they going to, try and attack the city tonight, or head off, or just kind of, park out here?
Well, we killed the Iron Smiles that turned on us. How did you guys do?
Only one of them lived, as far as I know, and we're currently waiting to interrogate them in the morning.
Cudgel, she'll say we killed 5. How many did you guys get?
Go back to the map.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I want to say.
1, 2, 3,
4,
4,
5, 6.
5.
And the one that
6.
was running away that Rice got.
Yep.
So we killed
So
So you
7.
got 7 out of 8. They got 10. Cudgel got 5. So 18, 24. That sounds like all of them. So there's one guy that got away. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out either A, which way he went and who he went to report to, or if he was just running away. Why the northwest?
We saw an odd creature in flight, and let's just say it's more than a little disturbing. We want to make sure that it's not going to pose a threat.
Well, seeing how loud you guys just were, do you want me to go scout it out? Or do you want to come with? Cudgel, you're
I'm
going back to
looking.
town.
Okay, I was gonna look at Cudgel for her reaction.
It seems like they're, in terms of like their mercenary band, the Iron Smile Mercenaries, this is more Jaev's beat. Cudgel defers to his judgment on this kind of stuff.
Jive, if you're willing to be put at risk for this, I imagine you seem like the person that would rather be moving rather than not. So please.
Yes. Well, I mean, he'll look at you, Rise, and he'll look at you, Gorm. You two are pretty quiet. Do you want to come with?
Is he a knight of Salamia?
Oh, hells no.
Okay, but Cudgel is, right?
Cudgel is, yes.
Oh, Cudgel is. So, enlighten me on the dynamic here then. So the knights hire mercenaries? He's a
The
mercenary too, then?
knights, Cudgel hired mercenaries to make sure that this Battle of High Hill was one to remember. Normally it's a bunch of untrained townsfolk fighting back and forth.
Yep.
This year she wanted it to look spectacular, to look grand. So
No,
she
I
was
get that,
bringing
but like, what's his, how do you say his name?
Jaev.
Jaev. What's his?
Jaev and Cudgel are essentially you guys, but only a group of two.
Okay.
So Becklin doesn't she doesn't like quest anymore. So Cudgel and Jaev are the two that are a group now.
Got it.
BRB, I'm listening.
And Jaev's obviously the more roguish type. Not 100%
Yep.
sure what his class is, but or you guys don't know like exactly how he fights, but you can tell that if he needs to get somewhere without being seen, he absolutely can. And Cudgel is a cudgel. She's a hammer.
And I'm good, tracking with you.
Okay.
I'll say.
Dwarf.
And I know.
Well,
G4.
that's a great greeting you have there first. You do that to all your friends?
Yeah, just the short ones.
He called you short. It's like, you'd be short too when I put you on your back.
True. Sweet. I don't mind. I don't mind a good rough and tumble.
Now you're
Hey,
speaking my language. All right, I'm in.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Well, I guess I better extend an invitation. Do you guys think you could be quiet enough to figure out what the hell's going on? Looking at you, Kosh and Alorin.
Definitely not.
I'm good.
So, do you want to go back with Cudgel back to Vogler, or are you coming with us?
I'll probably go back to Vogler.
Okay.
Yeah, I am not the stealthiest.
Okay. Dwarf.
Warm. I'm coming though.
Dwarf and well, okay.
If Gorm is going, I would probably go back to camp because I don't think we'd be very stealthy
You were the most
or be able to
stealthy
move very
of the-
fast.
You were the most stealthy of the lot, Rise.
Oh, me, yes. Gorm, no.
Yeah.
Or able to move fast.
Is this a tandem mission, Gorm, or are you heading back to town?
I would like to go where the action is.
All right, let's go. You see him sprint off to the northwest, and as he's bouncing through the woods, he's not making any noise, and he's moving really quick.
Don't worry, dwarves are natural sprinters.
Very scary over short distances. Let's get Gorm. Let's get a survival check from you and a stealth check, please. Kosh, Rise, Alorin. Cudgel will grab the other Iron Smile mercenaries that were up in the trees. They come down, and you can see that even though they did end up killing the people that were traitors,
Mhm.
they did not make it out of that fight unscathed. They're in pretty bad shape. So Cudgel, thanks all of them for not turning traitor, and she looks at the lot of you and she says, "All right, let's go." And Rise, Kosh, Alorin, Cudgel, and the rest of them head back to town.
On the way back, like once we're clear away from those, it's like, do you know how they got to the rest of them and not y'all?
Make a
Like, were they hired
intelligence.
together?
Make an intelligence check, Rise. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Which tab is my character sheet in?
Too
The real
many
problem.
tabs.
Just straight int.
Mhm.
Hey.
Not good.
Perfection.
The guys that are with you will say, we had no idea this was even happening. No one approached us. This was completely out of the blue. My best guess is they knew they wouldn't turn Jayev, and Jayev is who we've been spending most of our time with. Like the four of us.
Okay.
So, you guys will get back into town in probably about a half an hour. Gorm, as you and Jayev are roaming around the woods, you spend about an hour running around to the northwest. And after about an hour, Jayev will point down to the ground, and you see that he points out what looked to be like humanoid but clawed reptilian feet. And they're all tracking towards the northwest. You would guess
They're heading towards the northwest, away from us.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
Jayev will look at you and you'll say, "Are you ready to follow these tracks to see where they go?" I have
How
no
far
idea.
Are we going? How far
I don't
are we
know.
going?
Cannot tell you.
All right. We're already here.
All right, I'm going to need you to be quiet. Try to follow in my footsteps if you can, and try to keep up. You good?
All right. Let's do this.
Okay. Give me another survival and another stealth. Okay. Okay, Gorm. You see Jayev again. He just bounds off, and he just moves effortlessly through the forest. You struggle a little bit to keep up. You can keep up, and you can keep quiet. He periodically looks back and kind of gives you a nod of approval. He's barely breaking a sweat. You're beaten up, and
Oh.
putting in a lot of effort to do this. But eventually, the woods give way to a ledge overlooking a shallow valley. And in the distance, you can see dozens of low fires illuminating hundreds of red tents. Among them move patrols of shadowy human-like figures. And by a quick count, you would think that over 1,000 soldiers occupy this whole camp, aka an entire army.
Oh, jeez.
Rick.
So this is two to 3 hours out of town by your best guess.
All right. It looks like they're camping for the night, though. They're not ready to move.
Looks
Okay.
like they are not ready to move.
Okay.
You see that this is a significant military force, and by your estimation, it's camped several miles northwest of the village. The soldiers seem to be a mix of like humans and hooded humanoid figures that are a little bit more squat and a little bit more wide than normal humans.
Any sign of the dragon?
Make a perception check.
Where's perception?
Not that you can see, but you notice that there's parts of the camp that all of the soldiers don't get near.
Okay.
You see a cluster of really large tents that none of the soldiers get near. So if you don't see the dragon and the dragon's in camp, it could be like lying down behind those tents. You're not 100% sure.
Got it.
Jayev's gonna look at you. Well, this doesn't look great. Are we getting closer or are we heading back?
We're heading back. There's nothing we can do against this.
Agreed. Stay low. Slink on your stomach for a little while, and we will sprint back to town as soon as we are safe to get up and run.
Okay.
So you guys solid snake crawl for about 500 feet, and then he just gets up and starts sprinting towards town. Kosh, Rise, Alorin. After about 3 hours, 2 hours after you get back to town, oh no, that'd be 2 hours up. You get back to the Brass Crab, and oops, that's Kosh. As nightfall's is hitting, both Gorm and Jayev burst into the inn. Boop, where am I at? Here we go. Token. Ah! That was wrong.
I definitely would have been doing the lo-fi beats to torture people too still.
Hells to yeah. Jayev and Gorm will burst back in, and you see that Jayev and Cudgel exchange a little bit of a look, and Jayev looks a little scared. Becklin will chime in. What did you guys find?
It's an army.
What do
About
you mean,
1,000.
army?
About 1,000 in camp, 3 hours away.
What? An army of 1,000? What is an army of 1,000 doing marching on Vogler? We don't even have 1,000 village people.
Frankly, how do they get here or get there without truly being noticed?
Right. What is going on? Are they marching tonight?
No, it looks like they're setting up camp tonight. Doesn't mean they won't tomorrow morning, though.
Okay.
Rise, I don't think we can wait.
Nope. Just give me, if possible, a couple hours. Or give me
Couple
like
hours.
2 hours.
Becklin will say a couple hours for what?
Rise needs to change his attitude a little bit. Would you and I have talked about this on our journey?
Yes.
All right.
We did a little bit anyway.
That's true.
Becklin will say, I don't know what that means.
Rise will become a much better interrogator once he changes his which moon he trusts.
Oh. I assume you're going to pray to Nuatari then?
Pray is one word for it.
Okay.
Regardless,
Well-
this is how we will get information out of this mercenary.
Which we're still torturing. Which we're still... Becklin stops herself. Questioning tomorrow?
No, we're going to question him tonight because we don't have time. And we need to know right now whether we need to move the villagers tonight or whether we have time.
Okay, well, all I'll say is we need to make sure that while we're doing this, the villagers, everyone in town knows that we're trying not to panic, that we are safe for the moment until we come up with a plan. We don't want to cause massive panic in Vogler because that will slow everything that we're trying to do down.
Is there any place that muffles sound? Is there a cellar that we can go into? Is there...
We have the keep or castle that's here. It should be fine.
Okay.
We do, but if we're dragging someone through town, we could go there, we could stay here.
Is there?
Yalm, the bar owner, will speak up and say that she does have a basement if we want to use it.
Only if you're comfortable with it.
I mean, it already smells like fish, but
It's not really the
I'm
smell
not-
that I'm worried about, it's the sound.
okay.
We can take care of that.
Yeah, if you keep casting that, if you keep playing that music, I think we should be fine.
Alorin, do you by chance have the ability to create illusion? This is the first time I'm directly asking you about anything magical, I believe.
Yeah.
No.
It might be hard for me to continue with that, but I will try while I'm down there with him.
I think we'll be okay.
Mayor Raven will look at the lot of you and she'll say, any information we can get will make our decision better.
And that's why we're not waiting anymore.
Yeah. Anything that we can do to keep my people safe, I will go along with.
Rise, while you...
Yeah, just give me an hour, and I will go into like one of the rooms and do my thing.
Out of curiosity, Rise, just for character reasons, does this change your appearance? Like, kind of what happens to Rise? Explain that.
It mostly the tattoos that represent that become much more pronounced. It's sort of like that's the way to sort of visually see, which moon he is aligned with.
Different tattoos becoming more pronounced? Out of
Yep.
like... Oh, sweet.
Essentially, like, it's all, like, each set sort of is like a rune for, one particular moon, with others sort of basically acting as bounds between them.
Okay. That's awesome.
Rise, Rise
it's-
while you...
That's
oh,
awesome.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, this isn't something I necessarily want to do, but it is what is needed.
Rise while you go and change your direction.
Do my thing.
I'm just going to keep, like, using different descriptions for it.
I like it. Just skirting around it, never actually saying, like,
Yeah.
as you become more evil, yeah.
I, too, am going to go and at least meditate. I'm going to go trance for an hour because if we have to leave this shit, I want to have a little bit of rest.
Raven and Becklin are going to come up to you, Alorin and Gorm, and say, Raven will say, I don't oppose any tactics that you want to use to get information out of this captive. And Becklin will say, please don't harm the captive. But she will say it in the most nonchalant, lawful good way of not actually being lawful good.
I am going to turn to...
Don't harm the captive.
No.
Exactly.
I'm going to turn to Becklin and I'm going to say, we will do whatever we can for the greater good. And then I'm going to turn to Alorin and Gorm and go, I hope you will not think less of us after tonight. Also,
Becklin will say, I'm going to go grab Darrett and some stuff from the keep. I didn't hear you say that. And we'll walk off.
I am also going to look at Alorin and Gorm and go, you do not want to be in there with us.
Say no more. Oh, what do we got here?
So good. So good. Raven, as Becklin leaves to go grab Darrett, will like slowly close the doors behind her, and she will grab a beer from behind the bar and just sit down and wait.
Sorry, I was busy.
After an hour, again. Oh, go ahead, Gosh.
I was first watching the greater good, and now I think Bob just linked me the perfect
Yes.
video that I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to watch. You're gonna have to watch the playback on that one.
Does it happen to be someone dancing to a song with someone tied to a chair? Uh-huh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering why I came here tonight.
Yeah, maybe my minor illusion is playing that.
Yep.
Okay, after an hour, Gorm, Alorin, you see Rise come out of one of the side rooms, and his tattoos have drastically shifted. You can see that Alorin, to you, they're emanating more, like, just dark, pulsating magic of New Atari. You have not sensed that type of magic often in your life. And Gorm, for some reason, after the battle where Alorin went Super Saiyan, something kind of clicked in your head, and you're also feeling a little bit of sensation. Something very unique that you've never experienced before.
Oh.
So what is? I will not say a word, and I will just go into the basement.
I will follow him.
Svilt Sunderlit is his name, and he is waiting, literally, bound by a fishing net and the rope you guys gave to a chair in the middle of the basement. So on the outside, pushed up against the walls, are barrels of fish. It smells very fishy down there, and it smells like piss.
I will look at Kosh and point, and you play it, Mr. Blondie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull out 2 daggers.
I have one. Or are you
Guys,
going to hand me one?
He already pissed himself, guys.
I am going to hand Rise one. I'm
Okay.
going to take this one, and I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and start playing some background music that is loud. I'm not saying a goddamn word either.
Yeah.
He's looking between the two of you.
Eventually,
he can feel the like eminence that you're giving off right
For the
now.
record,
eventually,
Rise, dead fucking pan. I'm not excited, but I'm also not disgusted. I am just like, this is another day.
Another day.
So as this plays out, I will eventually take his ear.
Just right off the bat. Just
Right off the bat.
Okay.
And then I will tell him that the more he talks, the more body parts he gets to leave here with.
Alorin and Gorm, can you roll a perception check to hear the dude scream as the first thing that happens is he loses an ear? Oh, Alorin,
I am
you're
blissfully unaware.
That's performance.
tapping your foot to the song, Alorin. Gorm, you just in between the beats, you hear just blood curdling screams from Svilt.
What would Ibsen do?
Probably
What
get
is
drunk
do?
and cheer us on.
That's like kind of my mantra. Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna pretend this is not happening.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Please, I want.
Everything.
Uh,
Start at the beginning.
okay, a few days ago, Dragonlance brought us in. He said he planned to kill Cudgel and take control of the Ironclad the Iron Smile Regiment.
Where did he get you from?
He said he could pay us well. He said I was one. He said I was one of the loyal ones, and that I would listen to him.
What do you mean loyal?
Well, you know, if I had to choose between Cudgel and him, I'd choose Dragonlance. He's bigger, he's stronger. I mean, he's not as scary as you guys, but like.
How many were there
How many were where?
that sided with the Dragonus?
It was us in the Iron Smile, except for Jaev and his crew. They're too loyal to Cudgel to be brought over.
What can you tell us about the army?
What army?
I stab him in the knee.
He Can I get another perception check from Alorin and Gorm, please?
That's performance again.
Come on.
Damn it! There we
Dang,
go.
just blissfully unaware. Gorm, you just hear another blood-curdling scream. You look over to Alorin, though, and he's just chilling.
It's music to his ears.
Just no problems whatsoever.
Sometimes
Gosh.
it pays to be oblivious.
For the record, when I stabbed him, minor illusion did stop.
Oh.
So
That's a good point.
No more music.
Correct.
Alorin, you hear something, but you're just not associating it with really anything right now.
Should we bring Cudgel down here?
He yells, "Jesus Christ!" or whatever,
yeah.
it would be in Dragonlance. I don't know anything. What army are you talking about?
I'm gonna look at Rise.
I can't feel my knee. I can't feel my knee.
Like I'm looking at Rise.
I believe him. He
All right.
if he
so
wanted to lie, he could.
Left hand, Shaw.
Yeah,
Right hand.
music
pull it
starts
back
back up.
up. No, yeah. Left hand, music starts back up. Right hand, I pull the knife back out.
Screams again, obviously. He's like, "What do you want to know? Gorgonus went northwest and he came back with a ton of gold. I don't know who he was talking to."
What do you know about lizard people?
What do you mean, lizard people?
Have you seen any like a large red lizard that flew in the air?
No, I would tell you if I did. No.
Do you know was Gorgonus working with anyone?
He never told us. He just disappeared some nights and came back with tons of gold. He said he could keep giving it to us if we just killed off the people of Ogler. Easy money, man. Easy money. I can tell you where mine is. Just let me go.
I don't think we're gonna get anything more from him.
I was just gonna say.
Just Cudgel if she wants.
No, we
to,
go upstairs. So, I'm gonna look at Rise and go, we're done. I'm gonna walk upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Cudgel. Say, the rest of him is yours. I'm gonna look at the mayor and go, this village is not safe.
Cudgel will walk past you, and she'll hold her hand out to you, Kosh.
Yeah.
Hand her the dagger.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I will hand her the
If not,
bloody
I'll hand
dagger.
her. Yeah.
Rise, are you walking back upstairs? I assume you're still in the basement at this point.
No, I would have gone back up with him.
As you walk up the stairs to the basement, you see Cudgel pass you with the knife. As you're at the top of the stairs, she walks up to the mercenary, plunges the knife into his heart, walks back up and says to you four, he didn't know anything else.
That's a shame. Anyways, turning back to the mayor. This army was paying the mercenaries to do whatever they were going to do. They tried to kill everyone in the village and they failed. Once they know that they failed, the army is coming here. It's the only
Gorgonus
safe assumption.
Yeah, Gorgonus was going there almost nightly and coming back with gold to continue to buy their loyalty. He was going northwest to where the camp is.
Where the flying
Or towards
thing
the...
was.
Yeah.
Becklin's not here. And Mayor Raven will look at you again, Gorm, and she will say, "Did you say 1,000 strong?"
Yes.
1,000 strong.
Yes.
What can we do?
Run. We get as
I don't
many.
think-
We get as many villagers as we can. We get as much belongings as we can, and we go the other way. They don't know yet that the mercenaries failed. At this point, it's safe to say they think the mercenaries are having a good old time with the village, and then they're going to march on us tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon.
So, yeah, okay, let's think this through then. Cudgel, if you had a band of 30, if you had 30 of your mercenaries and you were going to try to take out a town of this size, how long would that take you? And Cudgel will, obviously pissed off, will say, I don't know, a day, maybe 2.
The one problem is one of them got away and could tell them what happened.
Right. How far? Okay.
Wait a minute. The army foot tracks were going away from town though.
Yeah, so they maybe had some sort of like scouts or spies. Didn't you say you ran into some of these creatures on your way into town right off the path?
That's true. Yeah, we saw
Yep.
that. Were they wearing? Is the people were cloaked? Were they cloaked in red as well?
I remember they were cloaked. I don't remember the color.
Yeah, red.
But ultimately, they wanted to camp an army far away from the town so the town couldn't see them, so the town wouldn't get spooked. And they succeeded.
Yeah.
Okay, so honest question. This comes from Mayor Raven. This may be stupid. Are they even going to come to town? Do they expect the town to be wiped out? Are they even going to come here?
The thing is, they might not want to come here, but they might also be concerned because at this point, we know that their mission with the mercenaries failed. They will know about that probably sometime today, sometime tonight.
Yeah.
Well, so
And what they do after that is honestly up to anyone's guess. If they want to make sure that no one else knows about them, they will come here and wipe out the town. If they want to make sure they go to the next place at the quickest pace, they will leave.
We also don't know whether there is something about this town that was their goal. They wanted the town wiped out so the army could come here for some reason.
One potential option, get some more scouts, get them there to sort of watch the camp overnight, and the first sign of, movement, it takes a lot to, rally that many people.
Yeah.
The first sign they're getting up to like go anywhere, if it looks like they're coming to town, book it back.
My one concern is
Yeah.
a scout with even an hour lead. An army is going to be able to mobilize and move a lot faster than a village.
But if they've made camp, Cudgel will say if they've made camp, they're done for the night. They're not going to move till the morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it'll be the morning at the earliest.
So, and they're at the very least a few hours away. So, Alorin, you look wiped out. Rise, you look wiped out. Kosh, Gorm, even you look tired, Gorm.
I'm feeling great right now.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, most of us are tired. We've been celebrating all day. What do you guys think about not telling anything to the town tomorrow? We announce something first thing, everybody starts preparing, and we make a plan at that point.
So, actually, one quick thing. Is this a lake or a river?
river.
That is a massive river.
How long does it take to get the boats ready?
Alorin,
Do you
that's
have-
brilliant.
Do you have enough boats for the majority of the town?
We do.
That might be the easiest way
To
to
get
basically just send them downstream for a bit.
To get the boats ready for everyone in town, or at least everybody that's left, I don't know, half a day. If we can rally the town tomorrow morning and get everybody working half a day at most.
Do that. Send the scouts out to give us lead warning. There you go.
Okay.
And
I would say if we can have Jaev out overnight to be safe.
he was looking pretty wiped out.
Fuck.
Yeah, he was in a fight too. And he was celebrating. Remember, everybody was half drunk when the battle happened. So.
At this point, I don't think there's going to be any scouts for tonight. But anyone that has rested up, we should be pull in, tell them, and let them know.
Jayev will look at you four and say, I'll go out first thing in the morning. I just need a little bit of rest. 4 hours tops.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And we have that thing to look into.
What thing?
That thing back at Ispin's.
I
The
assume
book?
Alorin's
Sleeping.
actually doing that.
Yes, he is. He absolutely is.
Like legitimately, I don't know. I don't remember. I remember
I don't
the
remember
book.
it
But
either.
like,
Oh, it's
I don't
the
remember
basement
Oh, out of
thing,
character,
right?
the basement,
Yeah.
the hidden basement.
we went into the hidden basement though.
Yeah, but
I
we
only,
didn't have
I
a lot
only
of time
peeked
to
in and
look
I just
into.
saw a
Right.
cellar. But there was more
Uh-huh.
to it, I think.
Oh, I thought we got through all of it.
No, we looked through the whole house, and he just glanced into the cellar. Yeah.
Okay.
That is a good point, Alorin. The death of Ispin seems like too much of a coincidence. So let's go back to his place. We can rest there. And then also talk about our options in the morning. Is that good with you, Mayor?
Yeah, do you want to meet back here in the morning? First light?
I'll be here waiting.
Okay. She looks defeated. She looks sad. But what
Hey,
else is she going to do at this point?
Actually, should I roll a perception to notice that, or is it just blatant?
It's blatant.
Mayor, you've done everything you can for your town, and it's clear that you care about them. Please try and get some rest, just like everyone else needs to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not exactly good with comforting words, but take this as just practical advice.
Hey, if it helps, grab the hardest thing off the shelf and take a swig of that.
I do have a couple bottles that Ispin gave me.
Of course you do.
Yeah. I'm actually just gonna stay here. She'll go into one of the side rooms at the Brass Crab
And just crash.
and crash, yeah. Yalm will say, I know you said you might be going back to Ispin's place, but if you want to stay here, you can stay free of charge.
We appreciate that, but you've actually
we should
heard
go.
what
We should go.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, you've heard what we've talked about. I know that you're not going to tell anybody, you understand why, but it might be best for you to pack up what you can, preemptively.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at Gorm and go, can you help me with something?
I guess.
I don't want to leave a body downstairs.
Oh, is you didn't make it.
No, unfortunately, the last couple questions just... Well, you saw Cudgel. She really needed those questions answered, Gorm.
She was down there for a grand total of 10 seconds.
Do I need to roll a deception? I'm not even trying to deceive him.
Including walking down and up the stairs in that 10 seconds.
Anyways,
Natural sprinter.
even if we're leaving
Natural sprinters.
even if we're leaving this town in the morning, I don't want to, leave a body in the basement.
What do you want me to do with it then?
Help me carry it up.
Okay.
You go down there. There's a knife hilt deep in the mercenary's chest.
I nonchalantly pull it out and go, that's where I left it. Pull it out, clean it on the dude's clothes, sheathe it.
Well, this rope is ruined.
It absolutely is, just covered in blood. Covered in
Dude, that's what
piss and blood.
prestidigitation is for.
I don't have that.
Yep, I do.
Alorin.
I'm not down there. No, I'm
No.
just saying I have prestidigitation.
We have to
Gorm,
keep Lauren. We have to keep Alorin naive at all costs.
Oh yeah, he's like the little brother. We're like, no, we're good.
don't
You're
look.
older.
Don't look, Alorin.
Do you guys need
Would
any
you-
help?
No, we're good.
No,
okay.
No.
He's just taking a nap. Gorm,
Oh, okay.
we're just throwing him over. like into the river. That's all we're doing.
Can I at least like,
Okay.
can I just like wrap him up or put him in one of these barrels and just carry the barrel up?
He's still in
Yeah.
a net.
You absolutely could do that, Gorm. If
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm gonna do then.
Dude, pickle him. There's lots of pickles down
Oh
here.
god.
Yes.
It's like Breaking
Pickled
Bad.
mercenary.
Put him
Yeah,
in,
in the
55
basement.
drum.
What is he doing in there?
Rise and Alorin, you see Gorm come up with a massive barrel just over his shoulder that he starts walking outside.
Okay. Don't hurt yourself.
What do you want me to do with this? I got a barrel. I don't know. Send it down river.
No, Gorm. I said just throw it into the river because there's a door out to go onto this dock, and just throw it.
Bodies sink. Would I know that?
The barrel's gonna float down the river.
Yeah. Well,
There's
it
enough
is
of a
now.
current where you aren't gonna have to worry about it.
Yeah. Right.
Just toss it in there.
All right.
Thank you, Gorm.
It does float, and you see it just float down the river,
All right.
slowly sinking down as it takes on more water.
It's fine.
It's likely not the first body disposed that way in this river.
No.
What are you guys gonna do
Probably won't
tonight?
get the last.
Head back to
Yeah,
Ispins.
right.
I thought we
Yeah.
planned on that.
Yeah.
'Kay.
And check out the basement. Basically, just head down there immediately.
Yeah, when you guys get there, if you remember, behind the fireplace, you guys were able to find a secret area that you could go down to. And when Gorm peeked down there, it looked like it was a storage area for a bunch of different kinds of alcohols, wines, ales, beers, etc.
Is there anything else when we go down there?
Roll some investigation checks.
Investigation. Wait, my roll didn't go through.
Actually,
My roll didn't go. Oh, it's still rolling. Weird.
There we go.
do you have access to Chief's character sheet?
Do I? No, not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually,
I'm
on D&D
not sure if
Beyond,
you've
I
heard
might.
I thought you said roll for me.
No idea what that
One
was.
second.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. Give me 1 second. Where's my campaigns?
Oh, good. I actually closed the window. Oops.
So G-Fee has a.
Oh, we got it. He rolled it.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah, he rolled a 12.
The +1 investigation. So what do we got here? 13. So Kash and Gorm. Sorry, Alorin, you did not find anything.
No.
Rise, you guys go down there. You just do not see anything out of the ordinary.
How about now that I actually rolled investigation? Instead
Oh,
of-
there we go.
intimidation.
Jesus.
You're having problems
You're
like hitting the right
I
button.
am having problems.
He's
clicking
in
the knife.
character,
No,
guys. He's
yeah,
in
it's so in
character.
character.
Alorin, Kosh, and Gorm. The three of you, well, all four of you actually here now, funny enough, are in tuned with magic in some way, shape, or form. These are all, you see that interspersed with the different alcohols, wines, ales, are what look to be like hidden potions of magic.
Really?
Yes. Not many, but a few.
Oh yeah, we're totally
Can-
using this. How do I link this? Can I link this?
Can we identify him?
Does that show?
You guys find 6. Oh, there you go. As soon as you realize that, Gorm, you do your magic awareness, and Alorin lights up. Rise lights up. Rise lights up in like a blackish, almost like absence of light. It's weird. It's less light and more like absence of light.
He's like the negative on the photo, like the
Correct.
inverted colors.
Alorin just lights up like a light bulb. Kosh does too, but it's mainly coming from the amulet that's around his neck. But then you see that there's six different potions in that basement that are radiating magic.
Oh, I know Jake's not here, but would I also see this from Korg? Didn't he get something? And then my little statue too.
So your statue and his moon like pendant also light up.
All right. Okay. That is interesting. Does the shield also?
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, I knew it.
Primarily just the icon on the shield,
Yes. I
which,
knew it.
if you remember, is it's
Is it a tree, right?
it's
No,
a tree.
it's-
Yep.
Yeah. I knew it. Ibsen told only truth.
Yeah,
Only truth.
for
I believe
sure.
everything he says now.
Ispin has never told a lie. He did say that he got
Ever.
that from a unicorn. Remember?
Now I don't know what to believe.
A unicorn's horn that touched his shield and made it into his shield that he was going to use for the rest of his life. That was the story. But again, interspersed with this, all of the ale, wine, is 6 potions that are radiating magic. How do you identify stuff in 5th edition? Just sit with it for an hour or something?
There is this identify spell as well.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
that
think
makes
that's
it instant.
instantaneous.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
if you know right away.
I mean, I'd roll Arcana and then kind of look at these potions, but that's
So
only if-
Alorin has one in his hands, Kosh has one, Gorm has, and then
Yeah,
Gorm,
I-
you have one, and then there's 3 other ones that are interspersed with.
Basically, I'd look at it and see if it's the same color or anything like that. Of anything that I'd recognize from before.
So 4 of them are potions of healing.
Nice.
After an hour, you can see that. There is 1 potion of greater healing. So potions of healing is 2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Potion of greater healing is 4d4 plus 4. And then there is 1 potion of gaseous form. So who's grabbing those and who's having what?
Well, there's 5 potions of healing and 5 of us, so I would just suggest.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Everyone
4
gets-
potions of healing, 1
And one of
potion of greater healing,
Oh.
Give
and then 1 potion.
I would
Let's
say
take
the potion of greater healing should go to. God damn it, I don't remember Jake's character.
Korg.
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 Because he's up front in melee the most, and
Yep, and the rest of us
should
can
get
take
one.
Okay.
Korg just doesn't get hurt.
You're just
That's
too
That's
small,
totally
man.
a character. It's like, I'll take the weaker one.
It's just too swole, bro. Who's taking the potion of gaseous form?
And I'll take it.
I also would. Rise. You should get this one.
I know, and I just put it in my pack.
I know.
Who are
I
you?
would smile at that. I would just fucking beam.
That new Atari, those new Atari tattoos, man. I love it.
They're supposed to be self-centered and
I freaking love it, man. That's so great. That's so great. Are you guys doing anything else tonight?
Is there anything
I'm
else?
reading through the diary.
Yeah, is there anything else to investigate or look at?
Like Gorm had mentioned earlier, you can, if you want to, look through his many volumes of the tall tales of Ispin Greenshield and try to find if there's something about
Dragons?
out of character red dragons. Yes,
Oh, is there really 70 different books?
there's so many books.
Oh man, I thought it was like one book and then each like the chapters in it.
they picture.
That is exactly what it is, times 70 with different stories all about Ispin.
Oh man.
Nope, I'm just gonna curl up in a corner and go to sleep.
Wait, is Garrett with
Oh.
us? Darrett? What's his
Darrett?
name?
Nope.
Darrett.
Becklin went to grab him from the keep.
Got it.
Okay, did we find any money here earlier?
No,
Okay.
No,
just
but we're rolling in it.
investigating the odd circumstances surrounding Ispin's death.
I'm gonna specifically take the latest volume.
Okay.
And I don't know how many more can I really fit in a backpack.
You start putting them in my backpack, and I'll just wonder why it got
Basically,
heavy.
that's a great idea. I'm gonna start sneaking them in your backpacks, and we're gonna.
I went to a corner to fall asleep, so it's right there. You didn't even have
Yeah.
to sneak.
Just
put 'em
slowly
in.
weigh him down.
It looks like Alorin just dropped his backpack on the floor and went to a
Mhm.
corner and fell asleep.
Exactly. So, books. I
One,
need
this
to.
is-
How many?
He's gonna want this one. This one's
How
gonna
many
stick out.
books are you
This is
putting
a
in my
good one.
backpack?
Well, maybe 2. You guys read. You guys need books. Yeah. These are the greatest
Alorin,
stories ever. I'm
Alorin, you got
disappointed that we
volume
can't play this.
35 in your backpack now.
All right.
So if I read like the first 2 pages of each volume, would I get an idea of what it was about? Is it like each volume is a story?
I mean this not in a try to prevent you from getting information way, but a legit in world Ispin way.
Yeah.
The titles are like the greatest adventure you've ever heard about a bunny rabbit in a hill that ended with me in a tavern, bare ass naked and drunk. Like that is the title of one of the stories.
Cool. So,
So you-
we can look through all the titles and look for dragon or beast.
Lizard.
Lizard.
Yeah.
Reptile.
You can. Give me a couple investigation checks
All right.
from everybody that's reading.
I'm reading. Investigation is
Yeah, no.
y'all are doing great. You're doing
Garmin
terrific.
Rise.
No, actually, you know what? Be like,
Wait, were you supposed to do more than one?
That's 3 ones.
I would just say, you know what?
One
This is
natural.
boring, and I'm gonna just like go back upstairs.
Literally, as you start reading, he gets more and more verbose as he titles the stories in his book, and by like the 5th title, you're all just like, no, not tonight. I've been drunk already. I've been in a fight. I've been, I've tortured a dude. Not right now.
At this point, I would probably actually walk back to the inn because
Okay.
I freaking want a bed.
There's one bed here, and then there's obviously a bunch of available beds at the inn.
I would stay here. I would sit in this chair, and then I
Okay.
would trance.
Ah, okay.
I'm taking the bed.
And Alorin's in the corner.
Yep.
And I'm back at the inn in basically my own room.
Okay, just because there was one point, this is almost perfect stopping spot.
Mhm.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. In the morning, you guys all collect at the inn right as the sun comes up. And as you guys are about to talk about the tentative plan for what you guys are gonna do, you hear a massive horn come from
Nobody listens.
the river gate.
Oh no.
And Darrett runs into the inn, and he said, "There's a messenger at the gate." And he's asking for the speaker for the village.
Human?
Mayor Raven will look at the 4 of you and say, "Are you coming with?"
Okay.
Yes,
At
but I'm going
this
to.
point, tattoos have changed back to normal.
Oh, nice. Okay. Normal being Lunatari.
Yeah, thank you.
Lunatari. Okay. Red or neutral?
Neutral.
Yes, we'll come with you, but the town should start packing now.
I don't know that we've had a chance to tell everybody.
Now's the time to do that.
I'm
Tell 'em
looking
it's
to.
the
I'm
second
looking
day
to
of festivals. It's boat
everyone
races.
in the inn. Get those boats ready. We going cross river.
Okay. So the 6 of you, I guess, because Korg is with you as well. You guys walk to the river gate, and you see beneath the carvings of the leaping fish etched into Vogler's open wooden gate, a human in black and red scale mail sits astride an armored warhorse. He holds out a rolled parchment and calls out, "Who among you," pointing at the 6 of you, "speaks for this village?"
It's the
Raven
mayor.
will look at the 5 of you and
I'll step forward.
she'll
Okay.
say, so out of character, she was hoping one of you would, so that she doesn't get targeted and she could save her village. Okay.
After last night, Shaw, I know that she's tapped. She's gassed out.
The dragon army soldier will get off of their warhorse, walk up to you, Kosh, and hand you, or before she hands it to you, she will unroll a massive scroll. And she will yell out in a booming voice that is obviously aided by some sort of like magic. Is that prestidigitation? What is that?
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy, thank you. With thaumaturgy, she will yell out so the whole town hears, "People of Vogler, by the orders of Belephaon, the voice of Takesis, you will quarter the remaining soldiers of the invincible Red Dragon army. This town is now under our jurisdiction. Refuse and die. This is the Dragon Queen's will." Last thing of the night is everybody can roll an intelligence religion check if you want to.
They're both -1 for me, so like.
I did it right.
Yo!
I am rolling poor.
Yep.
Alorin, Takesis, the mother of all dragons. She is one of the gods of Kryn, whose obvious constellation has disappeared from the night sky recently. She is the greatest of the evil gods and known as the Dragon Queen. And as you look at the soldier's armor, you notice that her symbol is emblazoned on this messenger's chest. And as a last thing, can you guys all roll a perception check as well?
Please roll higher than 5.
Oh, there we go.
At least higher than 10.
No, Lauren got a
At
15.
least it wasn't performance.
Rise, caution, Alorin again as that threat was rolled out and you realize who Takesis is. You see about 30 feet behind the gate, atop 30-foot tall cliffs to the east of the gate. You see that there are dragon army soldiers, 4 of them, poised with crossbows and javelins, pointed towards you guys. The idea being if the messenger is attacked, whoever's attacking them will then get killed. They're up here.
Yep.
I'd wave at them.
And then
I want them to know that I can see them.
you absolutely can, and they don't move.
Yep.
But that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Okay.
So the Red Dragon Army is going to use this as some sort of base camp, and they're telling people, if you resist, you die. If you open up the town, you will be allowed to live.
I mean,
by order of Takesis.
Can
are
I
they
a-
cool
can
if
I
everyone
ask-
just leaves?
Yeah, can I ask the messenger if we vacate the town? Is that okay?
She will hand you the scroll that is all written on. Walk to her warhorse.
Cool. I'm gonna read it. I assume it's everything that she just said.
I will literally just read that passage again. 1 second. People of Vogler, by orders of Belephaon, the voice of Takesis, you will quarter the soldiers of the invincible Red Dragon Army. Refuse and die. This is the Dragon Queen's will.
Cool.
I mean, leaving would let them just take over all the quarters.
Yep. So
Mhm.
that's what we're doing with the villagers.
Yep.
Okay, actually, one final perception check.
You
Yeah,
ha-
one final perception check.
You need to let me know if I fail this one.
No.
Fuck me. I assumed getting a 10 would not help. Would it?
Oh my god.
Alorin?
No,
Okay.
but Alorin, I'm curious as to what you of all people are gonna do with this information. So you guys are here,
I'm busy reading the scroll.
right? Yep. Rise, you're looking at the dragon army. Gorm, you're looking at the dragon army soldier. Alorin, you catch Thom the gnome up top, pointing the gnome flinger towards the soldiers that are up on top of this cliff. And you see him very slowly and very quietly cranking the gnome flinger
Yes.
down into a launch position.
Oh, thank God I don't
Yes.
see this idiot.
So that's where we'll end tonight.
Okay.
Oh.
That's good, Shaw. That's really good.
Yes.
Hey,
So-
Shaw, my man.
Yeah.
I have this scroll.
Yeah. Of the indecipherable text.
that I can decipher.
Yep, that you can. Wait, can you decipher it at 3rd level, I assume?
I could decipher it at 2nd level, but we never got there.
Okay.
I can read. I can now. With my 2nd
I can
level.
comprehend languages.
Yes, but we never got there. 2nd level, I have Eyes of the Runekeeper. I can read all writing. Period.
Okay. Well, I will private chat you what is on that scroll.
Type.
What's Shaw doing? What are you doing, my boy?
Strip it down for you bad boys. I'm going full Gorm tonight.
Never go full gore.
Never got there.
What? Always full Gorm.
Always go full
No,
Gorm, baby.
You don't half-ass Gorm.